Hello, Starting Out Solitary. I am your Monday host, and it's a very late Monday, and I'm sorry. I moved to California King, which is like a king-size mattress, but like bigger, and I moved it with my mom. I moved it throughout the house today, and got it ready, and got all the furniture moved, and only managed to have it fall twice on top of me, which was great, and we had to fight it, and literally had to cut it open to get it to actually get lifted into the giant dumpsters here. So I'm sorry the video is so late, but yeah, that was a struggle. So anyways, I'm sorry my video is so late. But this week we are talking about stereotypes in paganism. So the first major one that I have noticed is that most of the pagan community, at least when I started in like 2009, really starting to kind of, get into things. I think that was when I was 13. I don't know. I got introduced when I was 13 and really started to look, and I think it was 2009. I'm gonna be 19 this summer, so if you want to do the math, I don't. But yeah, I think it was 2009. And basically, almost all of them that I noticed were, vegetarian, vegan, organic, no chemicals, type peoples. And I've kind of noticed that it's not just a stereotype. A lot of people actually, that applies. Because a lot of people within the pagan community tend to be vegetarian or vegan or some other variation, pescatarian or something. And a lot of us try to eat organic, and quite a few are cutting out, like, the food that shouldn't even count as food, like fast food places and such, where it's not food. That's just chemicals. So I mean, that's kind of a stereotype, but in the same sense, it's kind of true. And also, sorry for this terrible lighting. I'm leaning on my dryer to get some lighting in my basement. Because I'm supposed to be doing laundry right now. But yeah, so then another stereotype that I've noticed is that the pagan community is very accepting for people. Like, we don't really care if you're, attracted to the same sex, or any of the other letters, really, in the ginormous community that needs a new title that's not so long. I don't know, generally pagans don't care. It's like, I don't care who you're sleeping with, really. Just don't be stupid. And they don't really care who you are either. It's like, if you're trans, like, nobody cares. If you're fluid gender, it's like, just tell me what terms to use and we're good. But again, it's a stereotype, so obviously there's going to be people who don't accept people for who knows why. And yeah, basically, moral of the story is just don't be a horrible human and everything will be fine. But again, it is a stereotype, so there's going to be exceptions. And I don't know, I guess the last kind of major stereotype that I found is that, especially in person, meetings with other pagans, somehow or another sex always comes up, and as someone who that is not a part of their life, and it may never be, that's just why. Why? Maybe it's because I'm from Utah, and that's not something you necessarily always discuss around the dinner table. But I don't know, if you followed my channel, my personal channel, NightWillowCrafts, then you'll know that about March or so of last year, I kind of joined a coven sort of thing, and basically they were very sexualized, and within the first meeting, they were making sex jokes and just being very immature. And then when I went to Florida, I ran into some other people, and some of the people who I ended up talking to, it was just like, you know what, you could not say that. Like, yeah, we were just watching porn, it's fine. And it's like, why did I need to know that? This just made the whole situation awkward. Why? You could have just said that you were in your room, and that was it. Like, we don't need to know what you were doing. Nobody cares. You could have been reading a book. You could have lied and said you were reading a book. But no. I don't know, I've just found that pagans tend, like the ones that I somehow managed to run into in real life, it's just like sex always comes up, and as someone that it's not a part of their life, it's just really awkward, and I'm like, oh god, thanks for making me feel like so out of society's norms. Thanks. Because yeah, if you're asexual, you kind of know the struggles. But I don't know, those are just some of the stereotypes. Hopefully it kind of made sense. But since probably a lot of you watching Starting Out Solitary are going to be starting out, you'll have years to find all your own stereotypes. And, oh, one more kind of a stereotype, but I don't know if it would necessarily be a stereotype, but I found this a freaking lot, that there is the stereotype that you have to, like, it's supposed to be like, all these teenagers are getting into it, and it's just a teenager thing, but, like, no. When you're a teenager, like, nobody talks to you. Like, do you know how much I got shunned? It was annoying as F to be like, okay, so I could use some advice. And then they're like, well, how old are you? And you're like, 14. And then they just ignore you. Ugh, people. And then, like, if you want to get some, like, classes and stuff, and, you know, do these, year and a day things, it's like, no. So I don't know why they say it's, like, a stereotype of them being all pagans and teenagers, when you can't do anything as a teenager. Like, it's going to be adults doing it, because you're not allowed till you're an adult-ish. Sort of an adult, like 18, but you can't do some things. So, anyways, that's kind of the last sort of stereotype. But yeah, so anyways, sorry this video is so late, guys. There may or may not be an introduction. I'm just gonna upload this as it is off of my phone, and maybe I'll go in and edit in the introduction. If not, I'll talk to the other hosts and whatnot and see what they think. But this will be up. So anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, NightWillowCrafts, as well as all of the other hosts and subs and their personal channels, as well as this channel itself. And stay tuned for the rest of the week to see what everyone else has to say about stereotypes. Maybe they'll be more helpful than I am. But yeah, so anyways, thank you for watching, and blessed be.